Alright, this is another update on Netflix. Today was another crazy day. This is the 15-minute chart. Each candle is going to represent 15 minutes. This is the beginning of the trading session today, the 10th, Thursday the 10th. A huge gap down. Looks like we hit a low of about 312. At around this range here, my 310 puts were up about 60%. I did not sell them. I do regret that. You can see we've just continued higher. So I did take a pretty big loss selling towards the end of the day here, um, around like 323-ish. Big loss. It's okay though. Um, it's kind of the risk you take. But anyways, moving forward, let's see what's going on here. Let's look at the hourly chart. I think we're going up. We're definitely going up. You can see this boost here from the 9-day moving average. Um, we do see some lower lows on the hourly RSI, which is bearish, but you can see this nice curve here. You would want to see this hourly RSI tick above this previous high, so maybe like here, and obviously go higher, higher, higher. The golden question is, where does this end? Where are we topping out at? Um, let's kind of zoom in here on what happened today. 9:30 in the morning, we have a gap down, followed by a nice recovery here. Let's take the fib level of this little action from today. Again, this is the 15-minute chart. So from this bottom here to that top, and what do you know? We have a perfect 0.5 retracement. So we can go ahead and call this 1 and 2. You gotta think we're forming wave 3, something like that. You obviously want to see this high go above that high. Um, Going off of the aftermarket um, trading session that got as high as what, 331. It looks like we were probably in for a gap up tomorrow. So let's get rid of this. We already established that this is probably wave 1 and 2. Let's just see where this can go with our fib extension tool. From there to there, down to the low here. So 330 is an option, 337 is an option, 347 is an option. Let's just keep that there. Let's keep that there. Remember, this is today's trading action. So wave 1 and 2, we're taking the extension from 1 and 2. Let's zoom out to the 4-hour chart here. You can see the 200-day moving average and the 9 are basically meeting right now. The RSI is fairly high, but you know, could obviously go higher. It's only 76. You can head into the 80s. I'm actually going to zoom out even further actually. This is the daily. Remember our huge run up, the double top, and the big drop. Let's take the reverse fib level from this top here down to the recent low a few weeks ago. Okay. And what we're looking for are some fib levels from this huge range here that kind of match up with the fib levels that we just made on today's price action. So we said that it could go to 330, 337, 347. This 618 range on this big range of data kind of correlates right here with the 2.618 range on the data that we used today. So like 347, 347. Let's just go ahead and make that line there. So that level is definitely looking like a potential top for me. This is the daily again. This is the 200-day moving average. could definitely see some type of gap up and get rejected and close below the 200-day moving average. So maybe 337 is also looking like um, an area for me to try a second time to buy these puts. Let's kind of bring this down again. So this is kind of where we're at. We have our range here of where we're thinking um, some tops are at, and we would want to buy our puts again. We'll just keep monitoring the RSI, look at all of our indicators that can um, give us a clue on when we need to short this thing. So to recap, we took a loss on the 310 puts that expire tomorrow. We sold them for a loss. Picked up a couple calls actually at the end of the trading session because of the bullish action. I think we're going to sell those right at the open tomorrow if we gap up, and hopefully that'll offset some of the losses that we took this morning from the previous puts. And we'll just watch. We're just going to stay on the sidelines for this one. I don't think you're going to miss the top. It'll definitely take hours for the top to play out. Real quickly, I'm going to go to the 4-hour chart. Let's just look at some other areas where it topped out at. This is the 4-hour chart. So this up here, I mean, it takes 16 hours of trading, like it doesn't just automatically come down. I mean, this is the one exception here, the gap up and crash, but it takes 3, 4 candles for it to really set and drop. So we're not going to miss anything. We're just going to keep watching. Watch for those set of 4-hour candles that continue to have lower lows. This is our set of 4-hour candles, but we kept kind of making smaller highs, and that's what was probably should have tipped us off that this was still going higher.